draft is come and gone. Me, C-Dubb, Bobby, we're going to break it down, give our grades for the Bears draft, and ask, are the Bears now going to go after any more veterans before the start of the season? We'll get into all that and more right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, fellas, man. So the Bears had their NFL draft live on all 3 days. Day 3, we ain't say like that. That was 6 hours. Like we live for 6 hours for late round picks, but we pretty much covered the whole draft live here. Have fun with it. But now it's time to actually grade the draft by the Chicago Bears, man. Who wants to take it away first?
Go ahead, nephew.
Oh, for sure. Me, I'm gonna go with a solid B plus. I feel like we missed out on Paris Johnson, but I still feel like they still got a solid guy in Darnell Wright. And the things that he said when he said if somebody knock Fields on his behind and it's a late hit, they gotta see him. I'm all for it. That boosts everything up for me. I like that they went after the D line. I know it's not the prettiest, but I also believe that scheme matters. It could have went a different way. I believe they could have or they should have went after a center, but I also believe that they are confident in that center position when it comes to Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick, just to have a veteran in that spot. And you know what I'm saying? It's a process, y'all. We can't get everything in 1 year. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lock it in at a B plus.
That's a great grade.
I agree with that grade. That's the grade I'm giving it to. Like, I try to judge it based off this, right? And right or wrong, I know some people may have some issue with me judging it the way that I am, but it's my grade. You can give your grade for what you will. For me, I'm judging the first round pick based on everything they got back for the number 1 overall pick. They ended up getting a future first, a future second. They ended up getting DJ Moore and Darnell Wright. We can talk all day about should they went ahead and drafted Jalen Carter, anything like that, but my thing is I always expected the Bears to go offensive line first. You got Justin Fields' his weapon, and you got him his protection. And because of that, you got what many people graded as the best offensive tackle. Some people had him above Paris Johnson and still have what he can ultimately be ahead of Paris Johnson. I love what they did with their first overall pick coming out of that. And overall in this draft, you look at everyone that they drafted, you not only understand the fit, but you understand the need that they had on this team. I know some Bears fans have their issues with them not getting the names. I said it on my last daily episode before the draft. I don't give a damn about names. I give a damn about the talent and what they're going to actually give on the football field. And we got a bunch of dogs in this draft.
Yeah.
B plus for me all the way.
Bro, this is a very interesting draft for me because I feel like we got a lot of players that's going to plug a lot of holes, and it's going to be some surprising starters coming from this batch of draft picks. I do love, as a surprise before I give my grade, is the surprise, and he's going to be a sleeper, is Rashawn Johnson. He was behind Bijan Robinson, but you guys might have not seen him because that shadow was so large, but that kid can play ball. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a solid B because they definitely cleared some holes. I like how the offensive line is looking. Maybe a little bit too many linebackers. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it, but maybe a little bit too many linebackers. I like the 2 additions with the cornerbacks, but I don't see any pass rush on any of these guys or any acquisitions we got on the offseason. Maybe there's still work to do, but maybe we'll get a sleeper that'll get to the quarterback for us next season.
So I got a question for you. Do you think are you a bit?
Though.
Yeah,
that's a little
got
bit
one
too
left
much for me.
because Steve-O said that Noah Sewell gonna give Jack Sanborn a run for his money. Just to let you know.
Don't be on the lookout too for Noah Sewell to maybe be moved to defensive end. There's a chance he could be moved.
Okay.
To defensive end.
Okay, for sure.
Okay,
but I did have a question for you. So are you a little not as excited about the D line because of the numbers, or is it because of the highlights?
It's not the defensive line in total, because I feel like the interior of the defensive line, counting these draft picks that we've got and the veterans we still got on the team, is going to be okay. It's just the pass rush. And that also domino effects into our young, and I'm going to say again, young defensive backfield. And we got a risk taker in Eddie Jackson. So we do need some pass rush to get to the quarterback now. We do.
Okay.
See, why I don't think we grew in the number of sacks. Like, yes, we didn't get anybody with a huge number of sacks, but I think we did get people who are going to put. Keep in mind, not only were the bottom of the league in sacks, we were the bottom of the league in QB pressures. We're definitely going to pressure the QB more.
Absolutely,
Okay.
I agree with that.
And that may lead to more sacks. So
yeah, because Steve-O, he had a very good point, and if you started to look at some of the highlights a little bit more, you see that Zach Pickens, he definitely has speed coming off of the ball. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people, when we look at it, production, we look at, okay, how many sacks you get, how many pressures you getting. But a lot of the times we got to keep in mind that those defensive, those three technique, those defensive tackles, a lot of they won't get a lot of the stats up in the box score. They pretty much gonna have assists. They're gonna do all the dirty work that is unaccounted for, pretty much.
Oh, bro, yeah. I'm very happy with the talent in it. We got some big boys to clog up the middle for sure. Absolutely, I'm gonna love that competition. It's gonna be interesting to see who starts the season for sure.
So, what was your grade though? I don't think I caught it.
It's a solid B.
yeah, I don't think.
I'm sorry, it's a solid B.
Solid B. Sure. I'm all for that.
That's fair. Now, with the possibility, we're going to talk too about still going after some veterans on the edge, but with the possibility of moving Noah to the edge, like, do you think that may be a path for him to start right away? Do you think there's going to be a more development because he's switching positions, things like that? Or do you think he has a chance to pass up Dominique Robinson, Travis Gibson on that edge?
Oh, definitely. He should definitely look into change of position and go like primarily to that defensive edge position, because we definitely gonna need it, and I think they're gonna be looking for those type of guys in this off season or training camp or wherever. That'll be a good thing for him to get in the starting lineup early. I think
it's honestly, I just like what the coaching staff is doing. They got a bunch of people that are very versatile. You can put them inside, you can put them outside, and when it comes to Sewell, even that, I think you just find a spot for him. If you feel like defensive end is going to be good for him, just help him mold into that position. But even if as a backup linebacker, somebody goes down, that'll still be an asset that you could have on hand, because he was very instinctual when you watch the film, and he was able to close the gap pretty damn fast. So we'll be able to, we're gonna see. I'm definitely be interested to see how they handle all this, because they got a lot of versatile pieces that they were adding.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I'm worried.
Absolutely. Now, out of the draft picks that we have, who do you think team, we don't really know their role, if they're going to be starting, going to be the sleeper that really shocks us the most?
Oh, what's that kid from Cincinnati, that wide receiver with all
Tyler
that speed?
Scott.
Oh my goodness, this kid just blasts up the field. Hey, watch out. Watch out, fellas.
That's a great
he has drop issues too, though.
Yeah, but he might be faster than Bayless. Bro, he might be.
He may be.
Hey,
so go ahead.
I was gonna say my sleeper, I think that's gonna be giving people a run for their money, is the running back, Rashawn Johnson.
Yes.
Because like some of the things we seen from Khalil Herbert, we know he can run the ball, but he wasn't bad, but he wasn't that good in the pass game. Justin Fields gonna have an opportunity to have somebody who can come out of a screen and hit a home run to the end zone. He gonna give him and Foreman a run for their money for sure.
Oh my goodness. That running back room.
And I agree with that. Like Johnson, keep in mind, our running back room is deep. That's not even what's the running. We were signed a running back as well, who's like one of the top pass rushing, pass protection running backs. Yeah, Homer. Don't forget Homer as well. But like, I agree with you. Johnson, I think, is going to shock and awe. And I would not be surprised if Johnson carves his way into being a big part of the rotation in some type of way by the end of the season. And do not get injured. Do not get injured this season. I'll tell you what, Johnson going to be sitting there ready and hungry. And also Johnson brings the skill set that our running backs right now don't have. With R2, when you look at Foreman and we look at Khalil Herbert, some of their biggest questions are pass protection and also in the passing game. He brings both those skills. Those are probably two of his best skill sets out of that running back position, is the way he can pass protect and the way he can pass. I mean, he can catch out of that backfield. So, hey, there's a path for him to come in and shock. And I tell you guys what, y'all, somebody sits down with some injury, they may not be getting that position back. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say. And that's a Jack Sanborn special from Ryan Poles too, because I don't think most people had them on their radar because of that damn shadow that was cast on them. So,
and that's the thing too.
yeah,
So many people are overlooking how good he is because of who he played behind. You're playing, and don't get me wrong, Bijan is amazing. He's going to be great at the next level.
Yep.
But keep in mind, like he was completely overshadowed by an all-time great running back, at least at the collegiate level. I'm telling you right now, Johnson's going to shock some people. My sleeper, Tariq Stevenson, bro. Like
Yes,
I
great
look at
pick.
him having him and Jaquan Brisker at 2. They always find a way to be around the ball. They both hit hard. They don't miss tackles. I'm telling you what, right now, having those two players in the secondary, I already said it. Stevenson's going to be starting, if not by the start of the season, again, by some point in the season. And once he gets that starting position, he ain't letting up off of it, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I
Whose
think-
spot is that? Whose spot is that, Haize? Whose spot is that?
I think they moved Gordon
don't matter.
inside, bro. I think Gordon
Yeah, I
gonna
think
be
they
the
moved
legit
Gordon.
nickel linebacker, cornerback, and he gonna be on the outside. And I think it's gonna be good. I definitely like how that guy, he a hitter. He ain't scared.
Physical.
And that's what they were saying about a lot of the prospects. Every time a prospect was selected, their teammates came out and was like, oh, the Bears just got a dog. Dog. That's all we heard for the last 3 days about the different guys. So I see what they trying to build over there on that defensive side. You know what I'm saying? And Haize, he said it. He been saying it for the last year or so, over a year. We want the monster of the men way back, but we also, we know we got Justin Fields. He got to hold it down for real.
Yeah. And so, hey, I like what they did. I love what they did in the NFL draft overall. Like, were there some players that I thought would be on their radar that didn't? Like, I didn't think they passed on Luke Whippler in the 4th round. I didn't expect it at all. They did. But hey, Ryan Poles has come out and said he feels confident in their center position right now, considering you're moving Cody Whitehair back. The last time he was a center, he was a Pro Bowler. Yep. So, hey, there's enough to think about that as well. So, but all right, moving out of the draft and coming out of that and kind of the thoughts there. And kind of the holes that are still on this team. Now, we think Noah may move to edge, but do you think now that this opens the fact that the Bears didn't draft an edge? Well, again, Noah may be moved to edge, but all that aside, do you think Chase Young trade, Yannick, do you think the Bears could go after these veterans now that they've kind of held off on? And Yannick, who was wanted a payday, he's made it this far. He may be one of those 1-year deal prove-it candidates. Do you think the Bears go to that to try to shore up that edge position, bring a veteran edge in here?
Can I go as far as say you probably don't have a choice? The way this thing looks, I think we poised to see one of these guys come and be a part of the Chicago Bears. The Bears need pass rush help immediately, I think.
Real. Fair. Tanner So Lit, thanks for supporting the channel, man. With the super chat, said, what up, fellas? Poe's got a lot of monsters in the draft, by the way. How about that running back? Sheesh. Yes, sir.
And that is why you saw Ryan Poles not want to pay David. And you know what? Even the Lions, who just signed David Montgomery, drafted a running back.
Yes, they did. That's
great. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think. Like, but go ahead, Bobby. Yeah. What are you thinking about going after a veteran?
I think you should still explore the option. I know there's gonna be some reservations with Chase Young's injury, but it's a tough thing because what I believe that they were asking for a 2nd round pick or a 3rd round pick. I believe that's kind of high. But if Poe's feeling like that, hey, I could take a chance with that, cool. But me personally, I will look more into Montez Sweat if you're gonna give up if you're gonna give up some draft capital. And as it's been rumored that the Commanders want to explore Montez Sweat, so I would rather look into that because he's 26 years old, relatively healthy, and the production is there, and it's still the same type of scheme. So I would look at him before I look at Chase Young. As far as Ngakoue, I mean, it's probably going to be one of the situations on the 1-year deal.
Yeah. Ngakoue, I think it could be a nice, like if they don't want to give up any draft assets, you bring him in. Hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. 1-year deal, no harm, no foul there. So I do think that is definitely an avenue that the Bears could go down, and I think they should explore it as well. But the Chase, I tell you what, if the Bears do trade a 3rd round pick, because now do we have 2 3rd round picks?
I think
season?
We do.
I think yes, we do. Absolutely.
We do.
So if you give up a 3rd round pick,
that's fair,
to get him, and you still have another one, and listen, you could, because I mean, you look at him, he's still young, with 25 years old. Yes, it's that injury concern. But hey, I wouldn't be mad at it if they did. I think that would almost make it a perfect offseason. If you got Chase Young and he can stay healthy, that would almost make this offseason about as perfect as it could be.
Yeah, I think that would be. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it either. You definitely got to explore. You got to go ahead and continue to build this thing out.
Yeah, because it always starts with this pass rush. You know what this league is turned into. I do think it's promising the pass rush without additions, but we do need some threats. We need some threats on the edge. Ain't no threats that you got a game plan for on this team as far as getting to the quarterback.
Absolutely. Daniel Trump says, I think we've underestimated how much we've improved against the run.
Yes.
With the 3 new DTs and signed linebackers and free agents who should play very well. Yeah, and I think people forget too, we were solid in the passing and we didn't get to the quarterback. Imagine, look at how good we were in the passing game, even without having pressure on the QB. We've added with Walker and the other, we've added pressure on the QB. We may have not added sacks, but we're definitely going to pressure them more. And we've shored up that running game, that run defense as well. Yeah, I've said it before. I used to say I think we could be top 10. Without us having the edge for sure. I say at least we're in top 12 category probably as far as defense if we execute and have that hits principle. What you guys think?
Oh, I think
you said it perfect.
Yeah, I think that's definitely on par because you got those big bodies. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who's going to stick around after training camp because we know that everybody that gets signed, some go, some stay. So we're gonna see how it's continued to round out. But I also think that at least you got some good players to look at because Billings, he's a big guy. You got Zach Pickens, a big guy. You got a young insider in between Walker and then Dexter as well. So it's a lot of options out there. And then you got a good linebacking core that can help in that area.
Oh, and you can do more blitz. You can blitz blitz the quarterback more.
Yeah, you know? I mean, hey, we saw Jack Sanborn have so many missed sacks
on the real.
With that extra pressure. He may get a couple of more, and then if they do end up moving Noah or going after a veteran edge, listen, I'm telling you, I think we're going to be a lot better than what people are giving. I know we didn't get the names that people were looking for on that defensive line, but I think we got quality on that defensive
for sure.
line, and I think that's
absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, the middle sold up for sure. Oh, ain't no just jamming it up the middle on the Bears. They definitely is decent.
They got big guys.
I'm talking the first and second level, and you could go third level too. Absolutely.
It's crazy how fast they build it up.
And the growth that we're going to see from hopefully Jaquan Brisker, that we're going to see from a lot of the Kyler Gordon is going to have growth. I actually think moving him possibly to the nickel as well is going to help a lot there. I think a lot of things are like what we've done and growth that we're going to have from the young players as well. You can never really project growth. You can hope for it. But, just with the work ethic that we've had on that team last season, I do think that we're going to see a lot of the young players that we had as well grow a lot. From last season and next season and kind of understand more what it means to perform. I even think Dominique Robinson, who, once he got moved to that starting lineup, disappointed, but I think now having an off season of him realizing, okay, this is what I need to work on to be more effective at the NFL level. I think he's going to come in, whether it's a rotational piece or if he does look up starting, that he's going to be better prepared as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he'll be better with some more of an inside presence as well. I think he'll be good. And we got to keep in mind, the man didn't play 2 other positions before he was a defensive end. So just a little patience, not too much. He got to definitely show up this season, though. Not gonna
Can I add one person to the surprise of this year? Terrell Smith from Minnesota.
Oh, the corner.
Y'all think Tyreek Stevenson physical? This kid physical too now. He just he just not noticed as Tyreek. I like this kid too. He there. He come with it every tackle.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm gonna have to make a name in special team. But I think he's gonna get every opportunity as well.
Agreed. And that's typically what those late rounders start off at anyway. You just gotta work out. You gotta grind, work hard.
Let's go. Duh. Shannon Sharp played on the special team. Shit.
Hey, that's a great point.
For real.
That is a great point.
Hey, for real though.
So anything left? Did you guys want to? I know we try to be in and out. Anything left on your mind about where this Bears team sits now that we pretty much have our roster set? Maybe a couple more veteran acquisitions, maybe some wave players, but for the most part, this is who we're gonna be going into next season.
I would like to say I'm still excited and I'm optimistic, and I still there's moves to still be made on this team before we start this season.
For real. Just want to give a shout out to a lot of y'all in this chat, man. Y'all definitely rocked it out for now 4 days. The draft and just going over the overall thing. Appreciate y'all. Be on the lookout. We're gonna be definitely cooking up something. for the schedule release, we did do a giveaway. I don't know if we're gonna do another one, but you never know. So just be on the lookout. Just be on the lookout. Appreciate you.
We gave away hats last time, so maybe it's time to give away some T-shirts. Maybe that's what we need to give away.
Let's switch it up. Yeah, for sure.
For real.
Yeah, maybe time for some T-shirts. But before we go, I do have one question that popped in my mind. I do want to ask you guys before we go. Is there any player in this draft that you think that the Bears are going to absolutely regret passing up on? Outside of, I know the Jalen Carter, we can talk about that too. But like looking at some of the players that were on the board when they picked, do you think they're going to be players that they regret passing?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Nah, me personally, I'm gonna just say it is what it is, because a lot of the times with the draft, a lot of the picks they hit or miss anyway. I don't think they're gonna regret none, especially because it's not like Pose is doing what Pace did and just said screw the future. Pose is stacking up for the future as well. The man is it's 2023. He's recouping picks for 2025 already. So he's doing it strategically. And if the Bears miss on something, miss on a player, I think that they can go ahead and make up for it next year. Some people say John Michael Schmitz. I think that right now that he got the confidence in the center spot, and there's going to be more centers coming next year, especially with the capital we got next year.
Yeah, it goes with whoever you ask. I know you asking me, but everybody had their favorites. Jalen Carter, had people even like what's the receiver from Ohio State, JSN. Yeah, they even liked him. So, JSN. But I'm gonna say no. Ain't no regret. We got what we really need.
You gotta live with
protection for Justin Fields, and then the rest just fell in line. There's really no regret.
Oh, also the C-Dubb special. The Bears signed an undrafted kicker.
Let's go! As long as he don't miss no extra points, we good. That's it. I say that's cut funny. That.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, I wonder if C-Dubb see this, man.
That's
funny.
That's funny.
Hey, man, Santos had one really good season. And then, like, even he missed a lot of extra points, but Santos only missed 2 field goals all last season. I think we forget that because of the extra points. He missed a lot of extra points, but he only missed 2 field goals.
Wait a minute. This fool missed more extra points than field goals?
That's
crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Like when I looked at it, because of course in my mind, like I'm feeling like, damn, this dude missed a lot of kicks last year. And when I went to look, I'm like, oh, he only missed 2. And then the extra points is like, oh, that's what it was.
Right.
He from Chicago too.
Yeah, they picked up a lot of local kids, man.
Yeah, that's what they saying in the chat.
A lot.
That makes sense.
A lot of the undrafted free agents are local kids, man.
Oh, I like that. That's a good move. I like that.
For real.
Yeah, so
what's the kid that we might regret? The guy from Northwestern. What's that guy on the tackle from Northwestern?
Are you talking about Skoronski?
Skoronski. But he was gone.
But he was a right tackle. So I mean a left tackle.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like
they say
go ahead.
They say Darnell White a fucking superhero. Like he over strong. I looked at his highlights too. So
he like pancakes, man.
He shut out Will Anderson.
Yes,
so
he did.
I'm just saying.
He did.
There's something to be said there. So yeah, we'll see what it's going to be, man. But that is our thoughts on the draft. Let us know your thoughts. If you're watching this after the fact, put in your grade for the Chicago Bears draft overall. We'll be back with the daily content tomorrow. Bobby, go ahead and send us home, brother.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. If y'all want more from me and Unc, follow us at Shy Bulls Podcast and Unc. He will be calling the Game 7 versus the Warriors versus the Kings. He calling that on NBA Central. So head on over NBA Central, subscribe, and tune in and just get ready to have some fun. Unc, he does his thing. And y'all already know hits Haize Up at CEO Haize on all social media platforms. It's busting.
And you can follow us collectively at Shy Bears Central on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, we want to leave a text message and our voicemail sound off on how you feel about this draft or anything else Bears related. 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We out this mug. Peace, y'all.